Okay, today we're doing something a little different, a little fun. We're having a little fun. We've been reacting to a lot of Edmond's runs, and it's been awesome. And we still have some more runs to get into. But today I was planning on checking out the spreadsheet, the almighty spreadsheet. Let me just turn this a little bit down. A little. I'm having this playlist, this this Planet Ridiculum um, entire playlist playing on the background. I'm gonna be putting all the music in the description because it's gonna be a little. They're gonna be random, randomly playing on the background. So yeah. Okay, so wait up. Little coffee, wake me the fuck up. So I'm gonna be checking out all the abilities. We aren't gonna be able to see all of them, and we don't even know. we don't even know for the uh, even for the common classes, we don't have all of their abilities revealed yet, which is insane. And we're not counting the abilities that you unlock for obvious reasons. So this is gonna be um, it's gonna be pretty fun. I want to have this recorded, even for me, because when the game releases and I play 1,000 hours or so, I want to see how I if my ranking changes. You know. But I'm just gonna be freestyling these rankings. I hope you don't mind that. So as I'm playing right now, I'm gonna be looking at the actives and the passives, and maybe the disorders, and I think that's it. I'm gonna have a lot to talk about with just these, and um, we're gonna be doing for each class. We're gonna be like if we're doing Colarless, that's gonna be the first one. I'm so sorry. That's gonna be the first one. We're gonna see all the actives, then we're gonna see colorless passives, and we'll go from there. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let me adjust the zoom. I might want to get this a little more zoomed in. Get a little more personal. You know. Okay, let's start with one ability that we never seen. At least I haven't in Edmund's videos. Feather Feet. It's a buff. 4 mana, you gain +1 speed. Hmm. +1 speed, 4 mana. This is not. This doesn't seem bad. It it's kind of it's a scaling ability, right? You're gonna be using. Hmm. How mid is this? I mean, the fighter has some things that better your movement, but I remember it being like a passive, not an active ability. Um, I mean, of course, there's gonna be some cats that are gonna love this, but it really seems like a situational, very, very mid ability. I'm gonna be giving this 2 cats out of 5. It's okay. It's okay. Never an insta though. Stack the deck, 4 mana, gain plus. It's the luck counterpart. I mean, if there aren't more of these in the spreadsheet, but we can guess that there's probably one for each of the stats. Plus 1 luck. I mean, this is much better. This is gonna be taking a lot more. Damn. The thieves, the rangers, anyone really. Um, when you have that spare mana, if you have maybe a magician of inspire, maybe you're why not stack the deck? Why not gain that luck to crit the enemies or the boss for that matter? This is pretty good. This is kind of like, I don't. As I said, I'm fucking speedballing, but this is it's pretty nice. I'm giving this an A. Okay. Next one, pretty cool ability called Dump. You shit on the floor. Okay. 3 mana, defensive ability. It says here. Create a poop on an adjacent tile for 3 mana. And in Dump Plus, when you poop on a unit, you inflict poison. I mean, okay. The poison is pretty good for the mana cost, you know? And I mean, why is it considered a defensive ability? I mean, we've seen in Edmund's video, um, the what was the it's it's freaking name. I don't remember now. But the poop ability, now I remember. Um, we can use corpses to block, right? And it's the same for poop and debris. It's very useful. It is, and you could block an enemy's path, and also um, a hidden utility for the poop. You can, what's the good word? When you poop on the tile of an enemy, they get moved because they can't occupy the same space as the poop. So, although I don't think you control, maybe they have a pattern that they always follow, so you can prepare for it. But the poop will move the target from the tile that it was pooped in, you know? So that could be useful somehow. Either bumping the enemy to a hazard or putting him in a advantageous position for another catch. I like Dump. It's pretty it's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap, and it has a lot of utility, but it's a little bit of the pack. The upgrade is kind of nice. I don't know. I'm giving it a 3. Yeah, big 3, like the mana cost. We have no parameters for these for my rankings, okay? It's not supposed to make sense. It's vibes based, okay? Now here are some abilities that we've never seen, and I think they're so cool. I love these. It's the Paths ability. All of these Paths ability, they're kind of like you're basically it's basically it seems it could be different for some of them, but it seems like it's a quest ability. If you do something, if you achieve something in a battle that it's in the team of the class that you have the path of, you're going to this ability is gonna transform into a active ability of that class, you know. So we don't know a lot of these, but I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We have some mana costs. I mean, they seem pretty varied, so I mean, it shows. But I mean, we got Path of the Colorless, 1 mana. Does the cost stay the same when it transforms into another ability? I would guess not. But I mean, Path of the Colorless. I mean, yeah, it is considered a buff apparently. I wonder how different they are. We're going to see some that we have seen, but I mean, assuming it turns, you make a shitty quest and it turns into a colorless ability. This is one of the worst ones. If it's just that, it could be very interesting, but yeah, it's a chance based, you know. And getting a colorless ability, you could hit some stinkers. Literally, we have poop right up here, and Yeah, I'm giving it a. It's a chewer, maybe a oneer. Why would you get Path of the Colorless? Mm. C minus for Path of the Colorless. Path of the Fighter. Now this is amazing. It is. It does say it's a debuff for some reason, and it's 0 mana. Maybe this is much shittier than the uh, than we are to believe. I mean, but if you do get a random active ability of the fighter, there's so many good abilities, and it changes a cat's playstyle dramatically. Ah, that's pretty interesting. I'll be giving you this a 3. Pretty good. Path of the Hunter, ranged ability. And it has one attack, 5 mana, one attack. Maybe the quest for this ability is for you to kill an enemy with it, like the last skill. Pretty interesting. I don't know, I'm just assuming that. Because it has a damage, the quest must be associated with dealing damage of some kind. Um, Ranger abilities. I mean, I love ranger abilities. I love the traps. I love the summoning. I love the charming. So I wouldn't be mad. And it seems like a fun quest. Trying to complete it if it involves healing something. So I'm rating this higher. I'm also giving this a 3. Because it must be random the ability you get anyway. So I can keep it higher than that. So yeah, but it's pretty cool. Path of the Mage, 12 mana. 12 mana. I believe the quest. Maybe it's just casting this. If you cast this, if you're able to have this much mana and cast this, you get the mage ability. It's kind of like a D&D prerequisite, you know? You have to have at least this amount of mana to be promoted to a mage, you know? Mage has a lot of good abilities. They're very varied too. This is pretty nice. The cost is a little crazy. But I mean, you just cast it once, you know. Is it higher than Hunter and Fighter? There's a lot of utility in the mage too. We need to cast this. I mean, it's gonna be middle of the pack with the others. Only Colarless is the underlying exception. Path of the Tank, 0 mana. Transform this into a random tank ability permanently. I mean, it's one of the few that we have something. Castable only if at 5 HP or less. Interesting. So this is the quest. You have to be low health and be able to cast this. Pretty cool. And it's probably good. I probably cut the. It was an ad. If I cut this, there was a shitty ad in my Mewgenics playlist. Um, this is pretty cool, and it's 0 mana. You're gonna be able to cast this, and think abilities are pretty good. There are stinkers, but I don't know. This is pretty nice. Maybe this is the first. Maybe this is the first 4. I think this is the best one so far. I mean, and we don't know the conditions to complete the quests of the other one. So yeah, it'll be a bit harder to rate the others, but this is the best one so far for sure. Pretty good, pretty cool quest also. Path of the Cleric, ooh, it's also 0 mana, so it seems like it's another conditional ability. Interesting, because when it doesn't have a cost associated, uh, I mean, like the tank, it's something else has to happen that is hard to happen. Um, so it's a question, no? So it's something a little bit difficult. When it has mana, it's more of like you have to actively try and use the ability for something. I don't know what, but you know. Cleric abilities are pretty varied. I don't know if every cat's gonna like a cleric ability. Although the potential with Path of Cleric is very interesting, I don't know if it's the best. Um, I'm ranking the paths the same. This is a 2. This is a 2 for me. But the potential is very much there. Path of the Thief, another damage quest for 4 mana 1. And it has a coin symbol. It's probably because of the thief, but I wonder if it has damage, you're probably gonna be want to be doing something. I would guess that the quest is that you have to crit. You have to get a critical with this ability in an enemy, on an enemy, whatever. Uh, it would all make sense, right? Because you're gonna have to earn your fifth ability. You want to get the backstabs because it has a higher crit chance, or do something else. And I believe that is it. That's why it has a cost associated with it. So you cannot spam it to give you a lot more chances, but it's not that costly. You're probably gonna get at least 2 shots in to complete this quest. Okay, Path of the Druid. I mean, I didn't give it a fucking Path of the Thief. There's so many. I think this has some misses. I think. A little hard. A little hard. I'm gonna be giving this. Is this easier to cast? I mean, I'm assuming I'm right on the quest, but I don't know. I would. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan. I'm also giving this a 2 for now. F the Druid. I love the Druid. You plant flowers on the tile you're standing on. This spell becomes a random Druid ability permanent. Castable only if standing on a grass tile. Huh. Interesting. You just have to find a grass tile and commune with it with at least 2 mana. I don't know the Druid spells, so that makes it a little harder. But it's a pretty interesting, and it doesn't seem hard to cast. Maybe if you're past chapter 1, but even then, chapter 2, maybe the sewers. Does the sewers have any type of grass? I don't remember. The junkyard surely has some, yes. Yeah, I don't know if there's a chapter that makes this ability impossible to cast. That would be shittier, a lot shittier. But I like the druid. It's a tree also. Path of the Necromancer. Destroy a corpse. If you do this because this is one of the easier ones. There's a lot of maps with corpses, and you create a lot of corpses when you don't explode them, you know. But this seems pretty easy. Maybe there's a range that makes this a little harder to cast, you know. You have to get up close, maybe. I don't know. But I also don't know how good are the Necromancer abilities. I know some, but they're either very cheap and weird, or they're very costly with an insane effect. We're gonna be checking some of those, so maybe we can change our opinion. But I like Necromancer. It is one of the classes that I'm most interested in because I like summoning, of course, and I like plaguing. Necromancer has a lot of those, right? This seems pretty because it's easier to do this one. It could be viable with a lot more cats, you know. At least it seems easier. So I'm gonna be giving this a 3-4. Path of the Butcher, a class that we haven't seen much of, but it's pretty cool. 1 mana, collect an adjacent food pickup, then this becomes a random Butcher ability permanently. Collect. Why is this 1 mana though? When it says collect, do you have to collect with this ability? Or do you have to just walk over it? I'm guessing because this is a mana ability, I'm gonna guess this is a you have to use this ability somehow. It's like a melee ability to collect food, you know. I don't know a lot about the butchers. I know it has it has a lot to do with food pickups and Although I don't know yet a lot of its playstyle. Maybe we can see some of its abilities, but it's gonna be without seeing the passives and a lot more abilities. It's gonna be hard to nail down some archetypes on the Butcher for now. But we'll see. We'll see about that. But I think it's an interesting class, has a lot of potential, and but I'm putting this at a 2 for now. But it doesn't seem hard to complete, so no, I'll bump it to a 3. It doesn't seem hard to complete. Path of the Psychic. I mean, we're guessing. There's a lot of. I mean, the Psychic was one of the classes that I think, although we had some hints, it was the one we were most unsure of. But we even have Path of the Psychic Plus here, and it makes sense. The plus is probably the same for the other abilities. Because if you get this ability pretty late and you don't complete the quest somehow, it makes sense that the upgraded ability of these paths is to just get an upgraded ability, random permanent ability. Yeah, it makes sense. I wonder if the quest changes at all. I would believe it doesn't change. I don't know shit about the Psychic, so this I'm not even gonna rate this at all. The Butcher is probably the same, and the mechanic that we're gonna be seeing right here. Yeah, this looks like a path ability. And mechanic probably has also a path ability. It seems like it costs 0, but we don't know. So I'm not gonna be rating these, unfortunately. But I love the class. We'll be getting there. We can talk more about the classes later. I'm already losing my voice, and we're in the Colarless still. I'm completely fucked. Path of the Jester. What the fuck? I mean, Jester is one of the classes, as we talked a long time ago. At least it's pretty. It's heavily implied to have the existence of a Jester. It's kind of like an Eden type class. The classes, the cats that have all the colors, you know, because it is assumed, it is believed that the Jester gets abilities from other classes, and it's kind of hard to play because of that, but it could lead to some crazy combos. But Path of the Jester, why would you? Maybe Path of the Jester doesn't exist. There's a pretty high likelihood, because what would you get? Unless there are some Jester only abilities. So I don't know. Maybe Path of the Jester doesn't exist because at least somehow, at least right now, I can make sense of it because they use other classes' abilities. So I don't know. Metronome. Now this is pretty interesting. It's a Pokemon reference, literally called Metronome, and it uses a random cat ability. It's pretty interesting that this unit will auto-target the ability it chooses, and they only select abilities that have reasonable targets. So this is pretty interesting. You could manipulate this ability to exclude some abilities. I mean, if you're not in melee range of a cat, you basically, of a unit, you basically exclude all of the melee abilities, you know? So this is pretty interesting. 5 mana, some crazy shit could happen. I wonder how the targeting for like Meteor Shower or stuff like that works. I wonder how deadly to your own cats this is. But I really like this ability. This gets an S for fun, a B for actually being good. But I would get this one in a pinch just for fun. Yeah, throw my entire runaway. Metronome's just it's just pretty fucking fun, you know. 5 mana is an expected cost. I wonder what the upgrade for Metronome would be. And one other thing, of course, that can't forget that. We get another element here. We get musical element. I think the druid uses this a lot. I think his attack is musical element. So that's pretty interesting. What the fuck does a musical element do? What could it combo with? It can be, huh? Are there, maybe there's a, is there a death condition where a cat or an enemy is not affected by musical element abilities? Does that make sense? That's the only thing I can think of right now. If you have any theories for what a musical element could do actually in the game, that would be pretty interesting. I mean, this is probably these elements, even in the DLCs to come, etc. They could add a, they could just build up on these element concepts, you know, like make a new, for example, making a new hazard or object that could spawn in the battles that combo differently with each element, you know? The elements have infinite possibilities to combo with, so it's just basically what they decide to put in. So this is pretty interesting one. Ponder, he's the intelligence one. Uh, you're using mana to gain intelligence for the battle. Damn, this is pretty tough. You have to use this. Wow. At first, this doesn't seem like it pays off, you know? But I wonder, there's probably maybe this is a combo ability. What I mean is, this might not be useful for you to like just buff your intelligence in the battle for the sake of just getting intelligence, you know? Because you're wasting mana doing this, you know? Unless the only thing I could think of is maybe you want to be able to like cast a really high spell every turn, and you can kind of set up your intelligence with Ponder. So after like 2 turns, you like can cast a big spell every turn, and you just bump it. So you don't have to waste 2 turns anymore in a boss fight or something like that to cast this big spell. You see what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't think you'll be getting this unless there's some combos to it, like you know, with like the fighter that wants to. There are some archetypes of the fighter that he wants to lose intelligence. Maybe for the mage or the psychic even, maybe they have some abilities or passives that want you to have more intelligence to be stronger. You know. Another thing, maybe you have a passive ability that will make sense to exist, that you can use buff abilities on other cats that would make it possible for you to give intelligence to other cats without them wasting mana. If there's such a passive, this could be pretty interesting. And maybe the upgraded counterpart for Ponder might do that. So keep an eye out. There might be something great waiting to happen with Ponder. I like this ability. I like the potential. I mean, all of the Mewgenics abilities have the potential, you know. But yeah, you're not getting this all the time. It seems very circumstantial, very situational. This is a 2. This is a 2. Burst 10 magic damage for 7 mana once per combat. Once per combat. But it has infinite range. That's pretty interesting. There fucking go again. It costs a lot, but the value is amazing. Infinite range, damn. And if you have a build that buffs magic damage, this is even more insane. Because this is like, this just becomes the best sniping ability. And of course, I instantly thought this was a mage ability, but it's colorless. It's a colorless ability for any cat to use. Damn. This could do a lot of things, you know? It is once per combat. It is once per combat. If it is once per combat, it shows you how broken this could be in some cats, some specific cats. Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. But it has its downsides for sure. It's a chew also. You're not getting this every time, although it's fun. It's fun, and as I said, a lot of potential also. Copycat. It gets no ranking. Whatever. I'm freestyling this baby. Who cares? But it's still fun because I mean I could in the future see if I liked an ability or not, and maybe they could be shit. But I would guess that after Mewgenics comes out, they're probably gonna be balancing some abilities based on the player experiences. Okay, Copycat, 5 mana, special ability. This ability is always a copy of the last ability an allied cat used. But we don't... something... I wonder. It has a 5 mana cost, but does it copy the cost? Or is this always 5 mana? Maybe just the... because you can see what I'm saying, right? If there's a high cost spell, and then it gets a lot cheaper because of Copycat in another cat, this is insane. This could be amazing. S tier maybe. It is a bit situational because you have to have an ability that is good to copy. So it's not an insta take always. But I like Copycat. This is pretty interesting. There I go. But if the mana cost is copied, it gets a little worse. But it's like you're multi-classing with another cat, you know? So pretty cool, pretty cool. Maybe the upgraded ability of Copycat makes it so the mana cost stays at 5. Would be pretty insane, right? I like it. I like it pretty much, very much. I'm gonna say it's an A ability, pretty cool. Maybe a B plus. Play dead, 0 mana, immediately down yourself, but do not get injured. There are some passives, and there are some archetypes that care for when you lose a cat. So this is pretty cool. The potential is very much there. I don't know if it's a take, but you know, you could make a cat very powerful because you would whenever you want trigger that downed ally status for them, you know. But also you could prevent an injury because say you have this on a tank, they stay tanking the entire fight there, and when he's about to die, you play dead, and you die a little earlier, but for the cost of not getting injured, and maybe you're comboing with another cat. So, and it's 0 mana. So, interesting, pretty interesting. When you play dead, you probably activate your death shoots. So you have to be careful to not be in a very bad situation when you use this. The potential, pretty good potential. It's a 2 also, but fun ability. Spit, water attack with 4 mana, range attack, infinite range, and when you upgrade it, it gets 2 damage ranged attack in a AoE infinite. Interesting. Gets a little bumped. Maybe there's something more to it. But Spit is pretty interesting. I like it. You could stop some fires. You could combo with some shit. finishing off enemies. The infinite range really makes it this a lot better, for sure, for sure. It's not magic damage though. It is count. It counts as a range attack. A little. It's two. It's a two, maybe a one. But Scoot. Here we go. We have some summoning Colarless abilities. I I mean I can't hide it. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this one. And it's even uh it's even more insane because it's also a movement ability. This is pretty cool. I love this ability. Move one tile in any direction and leave it behind a maggot familiar. And we've seen this ability being used in the when Edmund first showed us the Flush OST. There was the boss fight on the background, you know, and there's a cat that uses Buttscoot in that one. And when you upgrade this, okay, you move up to 3 tiles, so it becomes an even better movement ability. This is pretty cool. I really like this ability. For me, A tier. I love this. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be taking this all of the time, but it's useful in a pinch, and the maggot's pretty cool. You control it. Not that sturdy, but it could block. It blocks the path and enemies from getting to you. Maybe there are some enemies that ignore your summons, but I don't know. The upgrade ability it gets much better, moving some tiles instead, up to 2 tiles. But will you upgrade Buttscoot? I don't know. You would probably have something better to upgrade, unless you upgrade all of your abilities for some reason. Then it's fine. It's probably a B minus actually, but I really like it because it's a sum ability. Roll movement. Roll up to 3 tiles in a straight line through objects and units. Through objects is pretty relevant. And when you upgrade it, roll in a straight line through objects and units in free range. You just go all the way. Okay. Okay. Being a straight line is a little something. But for mana through objects and units, you just get where you want to be. It's good situationally. Oh. Do you damage someone? If you have trample, you probably are damaging the enemies, right? Interesting. How to rate this? I rate this 3 Dr. Beanies out of 5. Sharpened Claws. This is a strength one. Okay. Any strength. When you cast this 2 times, you buff your attacks, your melee attacks. Huh. It seems a little mid. This gets a 2 for now. Maybe there are some combos with strength that I don't know of, but for now I'm gonna have to give it a 2, baby. Magnet 0 mana. Pull a pickup towards you. Interesting. Do you instantly get any pickup? I mean, and in the spreadsheet, it doesn't know exactly what it does. There's a question mark. I think they're basing the description off of the image, and the image does show a coin, a food pickup, a heart, and a scrap being pulled. So probably gets all of the pickups, all of the. It is possible to pull all of the pickups. I wonder if it instantly goes to you. If you instantly get it, it's pretty good. You instantly get, but it's 0 mana. Maybe the cost gets higher each time you use it, because that would be super OP if you could get all of the heals and all of the metal scrap, or maybe all of the coins if you're a thief, you know. We need more information, but it could be. It seems pretty good. It seems pretty good. Could be an A, could be a C. I don't know. Pretty hard this one. Pretty hard, but I kind of like it. Claws out. Game +1 Thorns. Ooh. Not all of the cats care about this, but there are some builds that really would like this. I mean, there's a passive ability that you get get +2 Thorns, and with just 2 uses, you basically gain that passive ability for the rest of the battle. You do have to use this instead of another ability, so that's the counterpoint. But I mean, for some builds, this is pretty good. I like it. I like Claws Out. But you're not getting this every time. Higher Hitman, another summon, one of the coolest summons, because it doesn't cost mana, it costs an amount of coins. And when you upgrade it, you get a better bounty hunter, a skilled bounty hunter to spawn. We don't know if it's AI controlled. I'm gonna say it is AI controlled, but I don't know. But I really like this. I don't know how good this will be. I don't know the stats for the Hitman. But being a summon ability, having it cost coins instead of mana, this is an awesome ability. It gets an S for me for awesomeness. How good it is, I have no fucking clue. I want it to be good. I want it to be great. Because I mean, you know, having more allies in the battlefield could always. I mean, I'm gonna point some things out. I mean, having more allies is always good. Because they can tank, they are doing more damage. You're having a lot of more value in the turn order, you know. That's why it would be so fucking hard to do a run with one cat, for example. But one thing, it sounds a bounty hunter. One thing that you have to be that some abilities care for. This is a cat. This is a cat ally, and there are some abilities and passives, I believe, that cares for cat allies, and normally, you know, normally these cat abilities would only work for your party, but with Fire Hitman, he counts as very probably as a cat ally, so you will be doing all of this stuff. So keep an eye out for that. Did that make sense? Sunburn, we've seen this ability a lot in Edmund's runs. It's pretty fun. Infinite range inflicts burn 1, blind 1. The burn 1, maybe if you have some burn combos, this could be crazier. The blind 1 makes this ability a little bit more defensively, which is pretty cool. And then infinite range, you know. It does cost 6 mana. It's kind of like you can dump some sunburns if you have literally nothing else to do. But it's like at the start of combat, you know, some shit like that. But it's not that useful because it's only the burn one that's gonna be relevant. If you're far away from the enemies, I mean. Yeah, sunburn's okay. Okay. I wonder what upgrading sunburn does. If it lowers the cost, could be pretty good. And we got Lick. Lick is a 4 holy elemental. Holy elements we have here. 4 mana, healing, water, and holy. And the elements are the elements are water and holy only, you know. Heal an adjacent unit 2 HP. If you don't have a cleric, this could be useful for taking poisons and bleeds off. Water could save you from some burns, which is pretty interesting utility ability. I give this a good B, solid B. You're not getting that every time, but in a pinch, it could solve a lot of your problems. For the water element, for the healing, or even for the holy maybe. We don't know yet what combos with holy as an element. I mean, we can all guess that would have some effect on undead enemies. That's what's most obvious, but we haven't seen that happen yet. So, I don't know. Block. You get +2 shield for 5 mana. Wow. There must be some shield combos. Most shields that we've seen in runs come from items and some passives. So this is one of the few abilities that I've seen that gives shields, active abilities. 5 mana, damn. What would you... It is fine. It seems like... I'm wondering if this is an ability that will only be relevant to certain combos and you never get this otherwise. At first glance, it does seem that way. But maybe it's an okay defensive ability to have in a pinch. For your fighter, your tank, maybe they're not using their abilities all that much, and then they can get some shoots on their turn, apart from attacking. Yeah, it's a 1-2, very situational. It seems. Second Wind, we've seen this used, and it's once per combat for a reason, because it's fucking good. It's 8 mana because it's fucking amazing. Refresh your basic attack, movement, weapon, and trinket ability. It is situational. It's not an insta-take. But I like it. I like it very much. It's very good. It's an A ability. I like Second Wind. And you shoot you. Gamble, 2 mana buff. You gain plus 2% critical chance. If your next attack's critical, you deal 100% more damage and spawn coins. I like Gamble. Pretty cool. You're not getting this with every cat, but it's a pretty cool ability. A solid B. Nerf, 4 mana. We've seen nerf. Inflicts damage down on an enemy, on an enemy unit, 3 tile range. The range is makes it a little worse, but damage down could be very relevant on some bosses. A lot of bosses love to trample and shit. But this could be very useful and could make the fight a lot easier. I like nerf. I think it's for the Colarless abilities. I think this is an A. I'm counting on this ability being very useful on some fights and not very useful on some other fights. But for Colarless ability, what more do you want? It doesn't have it's not a combo ability, but you know. Focus, +1 dexterity. There it is, the dexterity counterpart. Dexterity doesn't improve range, right? It's just range damage. Doesn't seem that great. 2. Dart, 5 mana, 2 damage. that ignores shields. Very interesting. So you kind of get the fifth basic attack, kinda. Uh, but it does ignore shields. Okay, this gets a lot better if your abilities inflict some kind of debuff or something like that, like bleed or whatever. It is very low damage, so I wonder how relevant it is for you to be ignoring those shields. Maybe if your damage can be bumped a bit, but it seems pretty mid for now. But so is the nature of the colorless abilities. It's fine. Could be interesting. But for example, it does seems like it needs something. Let's say because it's 5 mana, bro. Let's say the junkyard enemy that has glasses and thorns. They have 5 health, but they are protected by 8 shield. You need to cast this 3 times to kill the motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so this ability seems like it needs a little something to work. So it's very mid. Russian short hair roulette. There's a 1/6 chance this will kill you. That is insane. If it doesn't, gain +1 to a random stat and 1/2 coins. Wow. This is insane. I wonder if luck affects this at all. Because it's not a percentage, technically. It says 1 in 6 chance. So at first glance, it doesn't seem like luck affects this, but it should. I would guess it should. Bro, it's not that hard to kill yourself. That's crazy. A crazy phrase. I'm sorry. But damn, for +1 random stat and some coins? Huh. Maybe buffing your stats could be crazy. If you hit the jackpot on this and you get like 6 free stats, something like that, relevant stats. And yeah, it has to be a relevant stat. There are some misses. But I mean, if you never kill yourself, you could get buffed all to health for just 2 mana. Maybe there are some counterplays for this. I mean, there is the cleric ability that can revive cats, down cats. But you do get an injury if you kill yourself with this, so that's pretty bad. It could be an ace in the hole. If all goes to hell, just fucking try your luck, bro. It does spawn coins. Maybe there is a coin build that you could abuse with this. Rest! Heal 10 HP but fall asleep. It's the healing counterpart of the other rest ability. There is a rest ability that we've seen that removes debuffs, but this one heals you instead. These rests are a reference to the Pokemon ability rest. In Pokemon, it does both, and they divide it here in Mewgenics, because in Pokemon, it heals yourself fully, and it takes away the debuffs. Here, they separate it into 2 rests, which is pretty good. Pretty interesting. It's not bad. If you know, falling asleep is not bad. At least I think, because if you know you're getting attacked, using the rest ability as the last thing you use is great. Because, like, for example, an enemy is going to hit you in the next turn. So you use your abilities, attack, do whatever you want, and then you rest. And of course, you have to know that the enemy is gonna do less damage than what you're resting for. It has to be worth resting, for the matter. But you're probably not gonna be losing turns, because you know the enemy is gonna hit you, because you're the best thing to hit at the moment. And that's pretty good. I think it's fine. And you could have other cats wake you up also with 1 damage abilities and stuff like that. So there's that. I like the rests. I really like the rests. We don't know what this ability is, but it looks menacing. It is a buff, and it does seem like either the cat is enlarging or they are emanating some kind of aura. I would think it's they do look kind of powerful. I don't have no clue. Doll Up is the charisma one, and we have the upgraded one. I wonder how we got the upgraded. Let's see. Bonus passive. You have a percent chance to inflict charm on units that contact or attack you. This chance increases your charisma. Ah, bro, that's pretty interesting. That means that all of the that probably means that all of the buffs to stats, upgraded abilities, have a payoff for having a good stat in that category. So that makes it that changes it completely. Damn, that's pretty good. I'm liking more and more these these abilities, these type of abilities they made it a lot more interesting. But let's take not the upgraded version, the normal one. Gaining the charisma, I think it's a little less relevant. That's why it's cheaper. Also, it is a lot less relevant. You get the max mana, but you're not getting the starting mana no more because the combat started. So yeah, this is a little bit harder. A little. I mean, unless it's for some combo, you have to be upgrading this to be useful, right? So maybe this is more like of a potential ability. Has a lot of potential. And now we got Reflect, 6 mana defensive one. Reflect the next projectile attack that will hit you back at where it came from. In reflecting, I think you also take the damage, but you're also reflecting. That happened one time with Edmund, and hosts have this ability of reflecting projectiles. This could be pretty. This could cause a lot of damage. And there might be some enemies and bosses that this is a complete counter of. It is 6 mana though. Using an enemy's attack against itself, huh? You're not getting this with every cat. You want this on a tank mostly. So it's very niche. This is a 2. There's an ability that seems like causes confusion. There is a confusion debuff. I think we've seen it applied, but I can't remember now. Bro, I'm losing my fucking voice here. It's almost been an hour, and I'm not done. That is insane. Let me rest a bit. Oh my god. Whew. This is a lot harder because I'm talking all the fucking time. Damn. Sudden Affliction, 6 mana. Trigger the Poison, Bleed, and Burn effects on a unit. Oh god. This seems pretty nice. It is niche, but this is it seems mostly for bosses. Because normal enemies are not gonna be stacking that much debuffs and not dying. So, but for bosses, this seems like a big piece of a combo. A big piece. It's like Catalyst in the in Slay the Spire. Pretty good. A plus in if you have the if you're playing this niche of applying one of these afflictions. Otherwise, it's useless. Flex 5. Gain +1 brace until your next turn, and you will knock back 1 to each adjacent unit. 5 mana getting some braces, huh? I like it. I like it. 5 mana. It's almost an anchor. Anchor gives you a lot more brace. It's until your next turn. Yeah, this is a little worse. This doesn't seem that great. Isn't knockback relevant at all in the cardinal directions, huh? I don't know, bro. I'm putting this a little lower. A little on the low side. Brainstorm. This unit's other abilities cost 1 less mana. Wow. And there's a cap at 1 mana. Pretty cool. It does cost a lot of mana, but this could... this is a combo ability, of course. Of course. I like this ability a lot. You're not taking it every time. Maybe you don't have the, the currency in mana to cast this all the time either. But it's a cool ability. B+. Barbecue. 5 mana, spawn a cooked meat pickup in a 2-tile range. Cooked meat heals a lot, I believe. And it's cooked. Because it's cooked, it heals a lot. And does it give you something extra because it's cooked? Is it stats up? Or maybe I'm crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. But it's pretty interesting. And there's the butcher that cares for food pickups even. So you could combo a lot with that class. But it's pretty. It's something. It could be. I wonder if eating food pickups heals poison. I don't know. It's a healing, so I believe it should. Although it's not holy element, you know. Maybe it's holy element that makes it so. Debuffs go away. I never thought about that. So maybe it doesn't. It couldn't be used for that. It does lose if it doesn't cure poisons or shit. It's a lot less good. But you know, it's 5 mana, and it gets a big upgrade. The upgrade is pretty nice. The big cooked meat is very relevant, and I wonder if you can spawn in a tile that has your cat, so it heals instantly. That would be kinda cracked. Not having to use movement to get it. Catnap removes all the buffs, then falls asleep. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. As I said, you could use either an ability of one of your cats to wake this cat up harmlessly, or you could prep an enemy that's already going to hit you to wake you up. I think it's pretty nice. Sleep True. We've seen Sleep True roll up to 2 diagonal tiles. This is a buffed and a worse tumble, but it's pretty cool movement ability for a colorless, you know. This might be what you need sometimes. I would give it another B+. Boost 3. 3 mana. Gain +1 magic damage until the end of turn. Wow. This could combo so much with a lot of cats. And 3 mana. It is until the end of turn, so you have to... You have to have mana to cast how much you want of this. And then you have to have mana to cast... the ability you want, you know? Damn. Maybe the upgraded boost is much better because maybe you can target other allies, or maybe the end of turn condition gets erased. Maybe it substitutes for replaces it with you gain +1 magic damage until you use an ability. That would be much better, like the passive of the mage. So maybe it has a lot of potential. And it could have some uses, even in the it's not upgraded side, but it becomes a lot more niche. I don't know. Has a lot of potential, but it's on the low side. Most times you would encounter it. Hose Off, pretty interesting. Water element, once per combat, pretty good. Spray unit with water, removing its debuffs, all debuffs, and making a water tile infinite range. Pretty good. This is a pretty good defensive ability. It has a lot. It has the water element, removes all of the debuffs. There are some enemies in fights that care a lot about applying debuffs to your important cats. Pretty nice. And the infinite range. That's why that's a very good. That's why it's once per combat. Soul Rip. 3 mana magic. The 1 magic damage to a unit. If you kill the unit, you restore 5 mana, 5 tile range. Wow. Huh. As long as you're killing enemies, you could be casting. You're gaining anima. You're gaining mana. um. Hmm. This almost combos with boost perfectly, but it's 1 mana short. Because if you always got mana to cast boost and this, it would only get better, you know. But to do some combos, but it's pretty. This is pretty interesting. It is a ping ability, so you could wake up some cats with this. As I said, it is magic damage. So if you can scale your magic damage somehow, this is pretty nice. Pretty interesting otherwise. Yeah. It's okay, it's fine. Very niche. You have to have something to you're not taking this always, of course. You have to have a use for this. You're not getting this first ability as a first ability, for example. Burgeoning Battery. We've seen Ed had one of these, but he never used it. It's once per combat, gain 0 mana. Increase the spell mana gain by 2 at the end of turn. What? Oh, and he never used this? So this keeps storing mana, and you can cash out once per combat. Huh. Wow, this is very cool. I like this ability. It's amazing. I really like this ability. Wow, what a cool colorless ability. Damn, this is an A for me. Wow. Not like an insta take, but it just opens up so much for you to do, you know? There's so many colorless abilities that just sit there a lot of the times and you do nothing with it. So that's pretty cool. Hunt, 6 mana. 2 damage ranged. If you kill a unit, they become a meat pickup. Wow. It's not easy to kill with this ability. Not easy. But... and it's 6 mana. Maybe the meat pickups are very relevant for you. If the range is good, I don't know. I don't know if the range is good. It's probably a shit range. If the range is good, this becomes a lot better. To snipe some enemies and make some stuff happen. If the range is bad, you probably want some kind of some purpose for this. Either you have a butcher, or maybe you're highly in need of some healing, or maybe all of your other abilities suck. I don't know. This is a weird one. I don't know. I want to see if there is a time where I want to get this, because it seems a little bad at first glance. Proliferate! 8 mana, double a unit's Poison, Bleed, and Burn. Another piece for the Poison, Bleed, Burn combo on the colorless abilities. Pretty interesting that the colorless abilities have a lot of these enablers, you know, for the debuffs. Same thing as the other ability. A key piece in certain builds and useless in all of the others. Steamroller, trample over 1 tile. So it does basic damage as does basic trample 3 damage. And it's also a movement, and if you have a cat with thorns, If you have a cat that's using torrents or already has trample, this is pretty good. Otherwise, this is not that great, and you probably skip this most of the time. Tunnel, 3 mana, once per combat, dig to any open tile, infinite range. Ooh. This is a really cool ability. It is once per combat, but it's once per combat, best movement ability in the game, basically. Uh, very cool ability. I like this one. This one is an A for me. Healing Bolt, what the fuck? Is this really Colarless? Electric and Holy. Summon lightning bolts that heals 5 HP and has a percent chance to stun. What the hell? This is a weird one. This is a fucking weird one. Does Holy Element... Maybe this is amazing against undead enemies. Maybe. Because if Holy does what we think it does, like Holy, if you do a Holy spell in an undead, if it heals, it does that much damage to an undead enemy. Like if it does that, maybe it's better. Because are you using the bolt on your cats and having a chance to stun them for 7 mana? There must be something we're missing in this ability. This is a little shit. I find the design very interesting, but mechanically, I can't see right now what it's doing for us. If you have some idea of something, wow. I mean, like it combos with like, maybe there are some combos with this. Like, at least the one combo we know of. What was the fucking name? The laser that Edmund used in the last video where we saw technology. It needs, if you get hit with electric type damage, you recharge the item because it's once per combat, and this does electric damage to one of your cats, so it recharges electric items. Maybe there are more electric items, like maybe for the mechanic. Maybe the mechanic cares for getting zapped, for charging his stuff, you know. So maybe that's its use, really. Maybe this is a healing that can recharge items and abilities for you, but it has that off chance of stunning the cat that you have to take. That's pretty interesting. Still costs a lot, but I mean, it has to. Otherwise, it would be. I mean, it does have the chance to stun, but interesting. Very, but we have to see the combos first for this ability to be judged correctly. Another healing ability, Holy Element, 6 mana, but we don't really know the range or exactly what it does. But cool to see more healing abilities in Colarless and not just Lick. Over there, Special Miscellaneous. Adjacent units turn away from you. Ooh. Okay. I mean, the obvious thing is for you to backstab these enemies, which is pretty cool. It's only adjacent units. So this, interestingly, this is not, although it has some music notes, it's not a musical element. Is there any other use besides backstabbing adjacent enemies? I don't know. B minus, but it's. But it makes my brain turn. It makes my brain turn trying to find some uses for this. I wonder. Barf. Barf into an adjacent tile. Barf can be eaten to heal HP. Ugh, that's fucking gross. Apparently it was tweeted by Ed, and it probably does something different. So we're not gonna be judging this one, but that would be pretty crazy. Maybe you sacrifice some of your life to heal another ally, you know? Maybe like you sacrifice some life to barf, and then spawn a food pickup or something like that. I don't know. 5 mana stun once per combat. Lob an infantry projectile that deals 1 damage and stuns. Wow. This is pretty. It's pretty cool. Pretty relevant. Just take away a turn from a relevant enemy. I like it. I like it. 63. I mean, it is once per combat, which is pretty sad, and 5 mana. But this could be good if you have nothing else. And maybe the upgrade ability elevates this even further, because there are a lot of abilities that you have to consider this, that they suck at the start, but if you can upgrade them, they become powerhouses. So you have to keep an eye out for that. Let's see how many we got still, because this is getting crazy. 63. Okay, there's not much more. There are some though. Oh my god. Barf ball. My voice is fucked. 6 mana, ranged attack that deals an amount of damage equal to half your constitution. Rounded up, 5-star range. Wow. I like this one. Huh. The first thing you think of course, is your tanks, any class that have a plus constitution. But you never know, but you might have a weird cat that just has a lot of constitution, and this is pretty interesting, and the range is good. It's pretty good range, even though the cost is 6 mana. I like it, because it just could be extra basic attacks that could do a lot of damage, at least some significant damage. Huh. If you have 9 constitution, you get 5 damage. Huh. I wonder. Okay. Look at me. Each unit turns to face you. Oh, that's pretty interesting. It's like the other one, but if has other it could, like, if you have a tank or some other cat that can get into the middle of the fight, they could turn all of the enemies backs away from the other cats, so they can all backstab. Something like that. Is this the angle that we're looking? And look at me. It's pretty cheap, but it seems pretty niche. It's an AC plus. Reduce. Once per combat, damage down 2. A better nerf. Plus 2 movement range. Plus 20% dodge chance. Ah. Wow, so so it is a buff and a debuff, really. Wow, maybe you don't care. I mean, either this fucks an enemy because they want to do a lot of melee damage. Maybe it is, and it probably nerfs range damage too, right? Or maybe you have a cat that don't care at all about the damage they're dealing in their basic attacks, and you just want the movement and the dodge chance forever in the combat. This is a pretty good one. I like it. I mean, it's not an instant take either, but B plus. Step, move one tile once per turn, 0 mana. This is an ability. Once per turn, 0 mana. Huh. Wow. I like step. I like it. I want to like it. I want to think this is a B plus. You're not unhappy to have step. It's not a dead ability, and it could fuel some other abilities. It could combo a little, although it has the once per turn restriction. Rat Roulette. Do one random range damage to a random unit. If you kill the unit, you take an extra turn. In your range. Wow. High risk, high reward, but you can manipulate. You want to be manipulating this, so you have a big chance to kill. As Edmund said, you have to consider killing like if you have a summon build, you could be killing your own units um, to proc this, you know. So that's why it's probably rat roulette, because maybe they're hinting that you want to be killing the pests with this kind of ability, you know. Interesting ability. Spawn crate. And the the crates are pretty good. They have they could spawn good items, a lot of coins. Um, so this just creates an objective, and since you're spawning the crate, it will be easier for you to kill it, because a lot of the crates that are naturally spawned, they are in hard places for it to get you. So you being able to spawn it in the middle of your team, if you're playing this defensively, this gives you something to do, or maybe you can farm the crates to get a lot of good stuff. Maybe this is broken, and we don't even know. This has the potential to be pretty crazy to farm some stuff. Um, so A, B plus. This could be crazy. Waste time. One mana, do nothing. Of course, useless most of the time. If you have a combo for using spells, this is amazing S tier. It's kind of like the other one. This is a pretty clear I have a niche type ability. Meow, also music element. Your closest ally moves as much as they can towards you. Wow. Okay. Kind of a defensive ability. Interesting. And this could save a cat. This could compensate for a cat not having a movement ability, maybe. But this highly depends on turn order also. So the potential is there also with this ability. I like it. Very niche. Kind of a C plus ability. Itch. Do one damage to yourself. 50% chance to summon a flea familiar. Ooh. A gamble. Kind of a gamble ability. I like it. And it's a summon. I like it very much. As for me. This is a pretty cool ability. On reality, it's for me it's an S. In reality, it's probably a B plus. Um, it's not useless if you don't have the niche for summoning, you know. Spawn catnip. You buy catnip for coins. This is a great ability. I think spawn catnip is kind of a it's kind of an S. It's kind of an S ability. It might not be an insta take all the time, but this is amazing. This for the cost of your coins. But I mean, you're thinking of if you're thinking of farming coins, you're not using this. But if you want to win the run, this is amazing. This allows a lot of builds to work. Um, Amazing for mages, amazing for probably other casts that have costly spells. This just makes use of your resources very well, you know? And rounds out a lot of builds. This is a nice ability. Invert. Swap your highest stat with your lowest stat. Wow. This interesting that this is an active ability. You could. I wonder if there. It would be pretty funny to have a build that you want to use this multiple times in a battle. Like, imagine you're swapping your Constitution for Strength, for example, and you're like, do your damage, and then you swap. Uh, you swap your damage for Constitution to tank, for example. I don't even know if that works because you probably when you get the Constitution back, you get the max HP, but I don't think you get the healing back. But it's just what I'm thinking here. But this could be crucial in some builds, like for some builds that care about specific stats, you know. And it could just fix a really bad cat. And it's fun because if this is an innate ability of one of your cats, I mean, if they got birthed with this one, you could prepare accordingly. You know, you get this class because I'm gonna use invert to get a lot of intelligence, so you're gonna be fine. Something like that. Let me pause a little bit. I took a rest. I got some propolis, some. Is this gonna get? No, this is not human. This is not gonna get. It's some throat medicine. I'm needing that. I'm needing that. I'm dying out here. And I don't want to be low energy. Damn, this is fucking killing me. I'm an hour and a half talking about colorless abilities, brother. How can I take this long? This is insane. Let's fucking keep going. Wet hairball, 7 mana. Shoot a wet hairball. Water element. Deals 2 damage in a 5 tile diameter. AoE. Wow, an AoE water ability. It's the cheap surf. We have surf at home. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, yeah. A little niche. The AoE, maybe it's better than I think it is. It does cost a lot though. B. What the fuck is this? Burning and random. Huh. I mean, I can't judge this. So we're skipping. Trip. Immobilize a unit. Immobilize. Could be amazing. Only has a 25% chance to work on boss units and large enemies. Okay. 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 Interesting. Interesting. Immobilizing. Mini boss does count. It has boss in its name for sure. How much do you care about immobilizing other units? Maybe for a tank, some shit like that. Otherwise, you're not getting this. This is a C. But I mean, on bosses, this is much more relevant, but the mischance makes it a lot worse. Could be good, could be shit. Block is a healing ability that is also wind. Maybe the good thing about block is it probably has ranged. Is its ranged ability? I'm gonna guess. Because you're blowing the kiss, you don't have to be. You can blow kiss from far away, and this would be very nice to, for example, removing poison, removing bleeding. I like this. A ability, if the range is good. Otherwise, I don't know. Shift, once per turn, swap positions with an adjacent unit. And then shift plus, swap positions with any unit. Okay, so, okay. It gets a lot better in its upgrade. Otherwise, it's mostly for like getting to a good attack position. It could save some cats, but it's like he's still right on your side. But it's like if your thief or another enemy backstabs an enemy, you can use shift to also be able to backstab it, getting the other cat out of the way. Not a very good movement, although it is a movement ability, it's not very useful to move around. It's too specific. Little. It does get amazing with the upgrade though, so this might be an insane ability for the potential it has when you upgrade it in the future. Kind of a C that gets upgraded into like an A. Kind of like that. The mini hook. Pull a unit towards you. 3-time range. Straight line. Pulling units towards you. Relevant to like tanks because they push away and maybe they want to do some more stuff and then you pull it back to do it. I don't know. It's a little niche. It's a little too niche. C+. It is cheap, but I don't see myself using this a lot. It seems very specific for it to be good. SWAT. Knock back a unit 10 tiles. What? And it gets cheaper with upgrade. Wow. And it doesn't do damage. You could theoretically use this to save some cats or some units. But wow. It doesn't seem like it has a boss restriction either. This could be very relevant in some bosses also. Wow. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like SWAT. B+. Borrow mana is still up to 5 mana from an ally infinite range. This is amazing. This is pretty good. This is a cool ability. It's not an insta take. It depends on if you're on which cat you get the borrow mana. But it's amazing on a lot of builds. A plus ability for me. He's one of the forbidden ones, the forbidden fart that we all know and love. Inflicts poison 4, induce 4 magic damage and knockback. And again the permanent disorder, of course. But I mean, the AoE range for the poison is great if you get a lot of enemies. This is amazing. And it's pretty relevant in bosses. If you're doing a Hail Mary to defeat a boss, you could just Forbidden Fart away, brother. Stack those disorders up and stack that poison up. And whatever, you don't care. This is an ability that you're not using most of the time, but it could be crazy in a pinch. Or if you lost all hope, you can just sacrifice this cat. Basically sacrifice him for the greater good. Because of that, it is 0 mana, you know. This got a lot better in my head. At first I was underestimating this ability, but I like it now. Although it's very niche, you're not gonna be using it most of the combats. It's basically a emergency button that you push on this cat. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Or maybe you're farming disorders. I mean, if you're doing a disorder build somehow, this is S+, but otherwise, I think it's a B+, really. you're not sad having this. You're not sad because maybe it's even an A. Maybe it's even an A because um, a lot of colorless abilities they just take up space for most of the time and have some niche uses. So having an ability that you always have the potential of using, if you really need it, it's a lot better. It's very good. We have Purr. Remove one stack of a random debuff from yourself and all adjacent allies. Okay. A little cleanse. This is good. I think it's a B. Pretty good ability. Although the range is pretty bad. But you do take debuffs off yourself. Mana Drain, maybe? We don't know, so I'm not gonna comment on that. Rouse. Once per turn, give an adjacent unit +2 charge. I don't really know what charge does. Do we see charge in something in some other abilities? I don't remember. It is 0 mana. I don't remember what charge does, so I'm not gonna be. Can I see it here? Mewgenics, charge, buff. Yeah, we're not gonna be finding it. So I'm gonna be skipping this one. If anyone knows what charging as a buff does for your cat, maybe you restore. I am assuming it has to do with mana, but I don't remember. Maybe we'll see another ability some other time that will explain it to us. This next pretty interesting. Lob a 1 HP heal to yourself or an allied unit for tile range. So this is another healing, although it doesn't have the elements, although it doesn't have the holy elements and etc. We've seen this ability, and I believe it's pretty good to get some poisons, get some bleeds off. The healing is not impressive, but it's not the worst colorless ability to have in your pocket, you know? It's cheap, has a lot of utility. Okay. I think it's a B+. The upgrade ability, it's infinite range. It's okay. It's okay. But upgrading his next seems like a wrong move. Only if you have a crazy combo with it. Dexterous hit. A melee attack that does damage equal to half your dexterity. Oh, okay. It is melee though. Interesting. I mean, like the ranger likes dexterity, but I mean, you won't be mad. Maybe it's good because if like a boss gets up on your face, you can attack it and then move away and attack it again. And you're using your dexterity, so I think it's fine. It is 6 mana, but it's fine. B. Ooh, a wishing well. Wow. We don't know what it does, but it's gonna be. I will love. It doesn't have a cost associated with it. The coin cost. So, although it has a coin in the image, maybe there is a chance for something amazing to happen. Like you're really making a wish for something great to happen. So I will love it if it was that. I love these chance awkward abilities. It's just fun. Vet Visit. Once per turn, spend 5 coins, heal 10 HP. Wow. Another coin ability. Pretty good. This is another S. I believe. Toast. 3 mana, debuff fire. If they burn one on adjacent unit. Adjacent unit's pretty sad. It is a lot cheaper than Sunburn. But it does seem pretty bad. Of the burn abilities, it seems a little shit. Although it has 3 cost. Maybe the upgrade is a lot better, but we don't know. I'm gonna be giving Toast a little C. C plus maybe. A little C. Desecrate, destroy corpse, infinite range. This is a B+. Because you're always using this and generating some pickups. And there might be some combos, maybe even with Necromancer and shit. But it's okay. You'll be using this. You could take some important tiles away that are blocking your path. I mean, as I said, spawning pickups, etc. Zero mana, another coin ability, and it seems like it has it's a cassette tape or it's a dumbbell. Maybe you get strength. Interesting. Coin abilities seem to be pretty good for my head at least. Maybe they're worse in action, but I don't know. But this does seem a little use. If it is related to strength, this would be probably a little worse than the other ones because the other ones are so relevant to getting life, summoning, mana. Those are like pretty crazy resources to have. So I'm probably gonna guess that this is gonna be a worse one. Cold Shoulder. Ice damage inflicts slow, making the enemy infinite range. It's like the counterpart for Sunburn for ice. Slow could be pretty nice for a defensive build. A lot more than the burn. Because you're slowing the enemies, right? It could help with positioning. Slow probably goes away, right? Oops, I clicked. If slow doesn't go away, this is really good. I'm guessing this goes away though. Blow, conjure a cone of wind that blows things back one tile. Okay. Interesting ability, interesting ability. It's not gonna be useful all the time. I don't know. Besides stacking burns, I wonder if wind, what other combos wind have? For mana, knock back some guys or some things. It is things. C+. Landscape, turn adjacent tile into a small grass tile. Oh, nature element. First time I'm seeing this. It's a leaf. Okay. Seems a lot more relevant for like if you have a ranger or a druid. Maybe this is relevant if you have a water element build with a mage or someone, because then you could be making tall grass in advantageous spots, you know. So that could be something. If you make an area like fucking Ivern from League of Legends, terrible reference, I know, but you could be making yourself a little grassy home for you to attack from within, and the enemies are kind of fucked. That'll be pretty fun to do. Okay, a lot of abilities that we don't know. Hiss. Adjacent units move away from you. 25% chance to inflict fear. I wonder what fear does exactly. But just adjacent units, huh? Being only adjacent is a little bad. If the fear could be nice if it stays for the whole combat, but I don't really know, so I can't rate this ability very well. Seems like a middle of the pack C+. Maybe a C. CPR, 6 mana, revive an adjacent body to 1 HP. Okay, a revive ability. Okay, some if you don't have a cleric and you really need some some cleric stuff, CPR is there for you also. Not holy element. Okay, reviving an adjacent body. Reviving an adjacent body. I'm wondering what useful combos you could have with this for reviving other bodies besides your own cats. And you do revive them to 1 HP, so if you like revive your cat, there's a very high possibility of them just dying again very easily. But maybe you have a healing item consumable to use, or the body is in a safe position, so you can revive them and it's like a ranger, and then they can start shooting again from a safe position. This is fine. This is okay to have. It could save a boss fight or a fight, you know. Although you do have the risk of of stacking injuries on a cat if used it incorrectly. But it has the potential, as I said, to revive another body, maybe of an allied unit that died. Like if you had some big losses of a really good summon, you never know. It's okay. I think it's one of the better colorless to have as an emergency. B plus. Zap. 1 damage and infinite range electric. Wow. Another electric colorless ability to maybe if there are more combos with technology type items or classes, you know. Pretty interesting. Infinite range. Okay. Could combo with you know, if you have a water element build also to you know, it's just 1 damage. But it is magic damage. I don't know. Seems okay. C plus. Neat. Target another unit in melee range. Allies gain damage up 1. Enemies gain weakness on 1. Oh. Damn, damage up 1 is pretty. It's interesting. It's 5 mana. But I like it. B plus. Find a rock. You dig up a small rock on an adjacent tile. I mean, you could push the rocks, so you could have a cat that tosses rock at enemies, but you have to be careful because the rocks can be tossed back. So I don't know how good that strategy would be, but if you have a rock synergy with your tank, great. Otherwise, maybe too niche. A C plus. Smack 5, do 2 damage. Okay, it's a little melee attack. Maybe if you get buffed with strength or something like that, or damage up, as we saw previously, this could get a lot better. It has some potential, but if you like, I mean, we saw Ed get this on his ranger, for example. He never used this fucking ability, so it could suck ass. C plus. Interchange. Exchange your basic move for an additional basic attack and vice versa. This is pretty good. I think it's an A ability, A colorless ability. It just gives you a lot of utility for your cat. It could suck. It's pretty good in all of the classes probably. It's just good to have the option, you know. It's better than to have a colorless ability that does literally nothing. Apparently, an ability that ups your range could be nice, but we don't know all of its content, so I'm not gonna be judging it. Gain plus embrace to next turn, very similar to another ability we saw, although a little cheaper, and it does less stuff. Getting some braces. This could be very relevant on a tank. But yes, C plus, but could be very relevant on a fighter that wants to get hit or a very good tank. Could be very relevant. Could be just what you need. Burgeoning Blast, once per combat, deals 0 damage, increases spell's damage by 2 at the end of each turn. Wow. Once per combat. Okay, it's the battery damage counterpart. Okay, I like it. I like it. I think it's but it's each turn. If you get multiple turns, of course this gets better, but that's very hard to. It's very hard to get multiple turns. Um, it is 0 mana. It's not magic damage. It's just a damage. And we don't know the range of this either. This is a B minus. But maybe if you have a combo with it. Spend 5 coins and there's a train. Maybe this is a movement ability. Probably. A movement ability for coins. Could be cool. Are we done? Oh my god, we're done. Bro, this is just the active. 2 hours just for the actives. That's crazy. Do we check out the passives? How many passives do we have? 30. We can do it. This video is only gonna be colorless. That's fucking crazy. I was planning on doing them all. I can't, bro. I can't. Change of plans. Fuck. I need to rest. Okay. At least we don't know the upgraded. We don't know the upgraded for counterparts for a lot of these. Fast footsies. +1 speed. You are immune to negative tile effects. Very relevant for the junkyard. Yeah, also for the sewers also. Probably makes you immune to webs in the caves. And +1 speed. It's a good defensive passive. I like it. It's a B plus. Not an insta take. It's like it's just good. If everything else sucks, this is a good one to have. Worms. Chance to summon a Magic Familiar at the start of your turn. Chance. How much is that chance? I mean, I love summoning. If the chance sucks too much, I'll have to reconsider. But seems okay. Probably a B minus or C plus. But I'll bump it to a B in my own on my own standards. Amplify +1 magic damage. That's it. Ooh, I mean this could go crazy if you have a low damage spells or items. There are some items that care for magic damage. This is just great because it's just magic damage for free. This could change your run dramatically, but you have to have the abilities and things to combo with this. It's a solid B. Natural healing, +1 HP regen when this unit ends their turn. Ooh, so they just get better and better at regening? Or does the regen get better? Or does he just regen 1 HP? I believe the regen just gets better and better. Okay, yeah, probably. So otherwise it will suck ass. Even so, you're healing 1, then you're healing 2, then you're healing 3, then you're healing 4. If this seems not that great. At least it's not upgraded counterpart. C. Death Boom. Boost ally stats when downed. Okay. All allies. Or just a ally. If it's boost ally stats when downed, this could be insane. You know, play that. We saw play that, for example. But if it's just boost allies, it says ally on singular, but because I'm thinking like, can this boost a familiar or a summon? You know, that's what I'm thinking. It seems like if it's all the allies, this is great. B plus, maybe. If it's only one and it can target summons, it's a little worse. C plus. Unscarred. You have a bonus critical hit chance at full health Ooh. This could be very good. This could be very, very good. But you have to play smart. I don't know what the bonus for the critical chance is, but depending on what it is, it's probably an A. Skill share duplicates your other passive ability onto all your cats. This is an ass. This has such a good potential. All of your cats gets an extra passive. This is amazing. Mini-Me, another S. It gets an S because it's fun, and because it's a free summon at no cost, and it can use all of your abilities. It has a lot of potential. I'm not saying that it couldn't suck ass. It could, if the wrong Mini-Me is born. But it's not hard to make Mini-Me great. I like it a lot. S. Fuck it. Dirty Claws, physical attacks on poisoned or bleeding enemies inflict +1 poison or bleed. Okay, so they have to be poisoned or bleeding. You have to have something like that. Interesting. Um, Physical attacks. Physical. So this could suck major ass on ranged cats. Okay. Or maybe not. No, it does. It does trigger. I think it does trigger on range. Like if a ranger gets this. If it doesn't, it's a C plus, or maybe C. If all cats basic attacks apply this, probably then it's a C plus, probably because you have to have the poison or bleed archetype, and even then, I don't know how great that is. Just doing a +1 for the poison or bleed effect. Might of the Meek is very good. It's not an always take, it's very niche, but when you take it, you're taking it because it's an A type passive ability. It could be great. But when it's not great, you're never taking this. Santa Sangre, when you're downed, each ally is 12 HP, extra seal is covered to shield. This is pretty good. It's pretty niche, but it's a solid B. Lay Bloomer, on your 5th turn, gain +3 12 stats until the end of combat. This is pretty interesting. It is the 5th turn. Wow. Some of these stats, I don't think they're all that relevant. Movement's great, luck's great, but even your attack ability is not that relevant because you're getting a +1 to that damage and that's it. Your constitution doesn't come with the health. You get empty HP, I believe. I don't know. Maybe this sucks major ass. Maybe there is a combo with this, but I don't know. I'm giving this a C. Dealer, you can use consumables on other units. If your MVP cat gets this, it could be amazing because you can just supply him with just healing items, boosting pills. This is kind of amazing for your carry if your carry gets this. Assuming your carry cat gets this, I believe this is an A ability. Death's Door, while you're at 1 HP, your spells cost 1 mana, but can only be cast once per turn. A lot of potential. It's once per turn and it's 1 HP because this is fucking good, man. I'm gonna give this a B+. I mean, if you make this work, it's probably A+, but it's like you're never... I mean, yeah, it's if you can make use of this, it's A+, because if you have to have good spells to use, and you have to have ways to guarantee you're getting to an HP. Like, if you have pings on other cats, abilities that deal 1 damage, so you can exactly hit your cat to get him to 1 HP. Otherwise, this just doesn't work. It's very hard to make this work otherwise. So it's a lot of struggle to get to the good part of this passive. But when you get there, A plus. Otherwise, um, you're never getting this. Hot blooded, burn your inflict is increased by 1. You have to have burn combos, and even if you do, I don't know how relevant this is. C plus. I really want to like burn, but it doesn't seem that strong right now. But maybe I'm underestimating. Ooh, could be similar to the path abilities. Ooh, yeah, a path passive thing. I would like that. I would like that very much. Uh, I hope it exists. Study gain +1 intelligence when you hit a new type of unit if an attack ability. Pretty cool. This is a pretty cool ability. B plus. Animal handler. We saw study being used. Animal handler. You start combats with a random vermin familiar with boosted damage and health. Wow, I love this one. It's an S for me. In reality, it's an A B plus ability. And just coming back to study, I think what's good about study is that you don't have. You're gonna be attacking enemies naturally, so you're just naturally gonna get this study, you know. So I think it's pretty good. You don't have to sacrifice a lot to make study work. I love Animal Handler. Zenkai Boost. It's another one where you have to get yourself precisely to 1 HP to gain +1 to random stat permanently. Permanently is crazy. Instead of the next combat full HP +3 all stats up. Wow. So this is a scaling ability. Wow, this is so very interesting. Oh my god. I like this one. Very hard to make it work, but if you can make work, wow. You're not getting this a lot of times. You have to have some tools. But it's pretty cool. B plus. Overconfident. A. All at full HP. Abilities cost -2 mana to cast, but take double damage. Pretty cool. You're not taking this every time, of course, but it's a pretty good ability. I think it's an A. Rocking. Spell farm make small rocks at the start of combat. C plus. If you don't have a C, no, it's a C. If you if you don't have a rock archetype, I don't know if you're really using this. Poop. When you kill a unit, it spawns a meat pickup. Ooh. This could be very nice. I'm giving this a B. Lucky +4 luck. This is a B plus. Maybe an A. It's just solid, very solid. Unrestricted. Actions with once per combat can be used more than once. We have some of those. Each niche you have to have those once per combat abilities. But if you do, this is amazing. It could be A. Otherwise, goodbye. It could be S even. Careful. Damage you dealt due to allies is reduced to 0. Pretty cool in some builds. Pretty useful in some builds. But yeah, very niche also. You could get this in a cat and it's just useful because and it's just useless. Like there are some cats that just don't care about, that just don't do damage to allies. So, like if you get this in a cleric, probably it's useless. I'm guessing. So, in a cat that this is useful in, I think this is a B plus. Furious, gain +1 damage each time you land a critical hit. Wow, this could be amazing. You have to have good luck. A cat that has the potential to crit a lot, like a ranger or a thief. But if you have a lucky cat, this is already glorious. Seems pretty good. It's a B plus A ability. Slugger, +1 damage up. Could be very relevant. I think it's a B. It's solid, I guess. Luck Drain, gain +1 luck whenever the unit is downed. Whenever a unit is downed. So this counts on enemy units. Because we saw another active ability that carried for another passive that carried for downed units, and I believe just killing enemies procs this. Pretty good, because you don't have to be the one killing it. This is maybe an B+A ability. Gassy. Whenever you take damage, fire to knock back all adjacent units. This... This seems very awkward to be... This is a little awkward to use, to have a... because you don't want to fuck up your other cats. I don't know. I don't even know if a tank, how much a tank wants this. I mean, this does prevent enemies with multiple attacks to attack you, because like they have a movement action, and then some enemies attack multiple times. And with Gassy, you kind of prevent that, because the first attack is gonna push them away from you, and then they can't hit you anymore. So maybe this is better than what we think it might be, especially in the late game or in some bosses. It does depend on the cat that you take this on, but this might be a B+ defensive ability. Might. Leader. Adjacent allies have +1 damage and +1 range. Wow, you have to be standing right beside them though. Maybe you have to have a lot of good movement to take to make this useful. It combos very well with a ranger. Maybe the upgraded ability makes this even a lot better, because I mean adjacent allies. So this does count to your summons, you know. Oof. This could be good. B- for its non-upgraded counterpart. Patience. If you end your turn without taking an action, you get an extra turn. Don't your minimum on your main turn if you pass it. Okay, it's just a delay your turn ability. Very niche. For a cat that wants this, it's probably a B+. Otherwise, you're never getting this. Bare minimum. It is kind of a rock bottom situation. You could farm stat downs on a cat, and bare minimum would counteract that. Maybe, like there are some combos with this, with abilities that their negative is reducing one of your stats, you know. But it's a little niche. It's a little niche, and I haven't seen Edmund or anyone get this yet. It's it's niche. What else can I say? For a cat, for really crazy combos, this could be amazing, and the ability, but otherwise, First impression. I love first impression. It started to combat with a +1 attack. I think first impression is A ability. It's just solid. It's very solid. It's not used for knockouts, but I really like just having that one bonus attack. That could be very relevant for a lot of combats. For bosses, not so much. For normal combats, I think it's a lot more relevant. Well, that's kind of it. Fuzzy Feet. Build up electric damage as you move and release it to neighboring tiles when stop. Wow. We don't know what class this is. Okay. But this is very interesting. A cat with a lot of movement will do a lot of damage with this. Pretty interesting. I don't know how to rank this though. Infested, 50% chance to spawn a flea familiar when you end your turn. 50% chance. This one has a percentage. A lucky cat gets better with this. Wow, you could just never hit this. B plus for me, probably a B minus actually. Mania, 10% chance to restore of your mana at the start of turn. This is so cool. Not all cats can hit the jackpot with this, but this is a really fun ability. Uh, the potential of an S ability, but it could be just the worst ability that never procs in the entire run, which is something you have to think about. Amped, gain plus one speed at the end of each turn. It's okay. Doesn't seem that crazy. Maybe with a super defensive build. B minus. Serial killer. After killing 3 units, gain plus 6 movement in your backstab have increased hit chance. We saw Ed. We saw this one in one of Ed's videos. Not all of your cats care about this, but the cats that do, it's pretty fucking good. Yeah, you have to be you really have to be the one getting all the kills, man. Like a fighter, a ranger, your thief. The ranger is even easier because you have summon abilities, right? So you have more turns to pick up some kills at awkward spots. This seems pretty good. Although if you are a ranger, you're not backstabbing a lot. So there is that. B. It's a B minus. Not all cats are getting this, but I mean, if you get this on the right cat, it's amazing, but you know, it's hard to pull off. Long shot, +1 range. This is solid. B. Ooh, we don't know what this does, but it's a summon ability. I love my summon ability. It seems like it duplicates. I'm gonna guess it's like there is a card of Magic that does this. That just you have tokens in Magic and you duplicate them. This is a mirror, so I think every time you spawn a familiar or summon something, you summon another one, a mirror of it. You know, I'm guessing this is what this one does. And if it does that, I think that's an S for me. It's probably a B because it's situational, right? Menge. Inflict poison 1 to units that contact you. Okay. Could be very relevant to some bosses. But depends on the cat, right? I mean, if you get this on a ranger, this is useless. But if you get this on a tank, pretty good. Pretty okay. It's okay. B. I think it's a B on cats that will use this. Protection, +1 holy shield. Could help you with a lot of playstyles. Let me restart sticky. Let me do dirty mittens actually. No, I think no. Let's do them kitty bones. Yeah, it's okay. But okay, protection. It doesn't seem that crazy. I think it's a B minus, and we're done. I mean, this was fun. This also hurt me spiritually and my throat. I didn't think it would take this long just to to react to the colorless abilities. Oh my god! I hope you had fun. I hope you have some comments on some combos I might have missed. I mean, I'm just reading the colorless abilities, so I'm speculating a lot. I'm not gonna be looking at all of the abilities. I'm just considering the ones that I remember on the top of my head when I'm making these judgments. But it was pretty fun. It's pretty exciting seeing all these abilities. Just getting a taste of what we're going to experience when the game comes out. Just basking yourselves in all of these fun and interactive abilities to choose from. And reacting to them like this, yeah, as I said, gives me a taste of what we will have. I hope I had fun. if I post this, I'm probably gonna do the other ones if my throat can handle it. At least Colarless is the class that has the most abilities. So that's one thing to think about. So it's probably gonna be easier. But yeah, I don't know if this is the content interests anyone, but if it doesn't interests anyone, it's a I'm gonna save it as a catalog of my opinions before the game came out. It's a kind of a history. Uh, um, you get what I mean, you know? Okay, so thank you for sticking with me in these 2 hours of pure madness. And I'm gonna rest now. And I don't know when the rest of these are coming out, so see ya. That was insane.